What's up, everyone? This is Rayuka here, and today I'm going to give my review of the BlazeBlue Chronophantasma Extend version for the PS4. And now the reason why I say version is because BlazeBlue Chronophantasma had quite a few versions. Not count the arcade and the console. Then later on we got this one. So what's in Extend? Pretty much all the DLC from the last version of BlazeBlue Chronophantasma, plus additional content as well, story related stuff, and yeah, mainly story related stuff. So let's get right into it. So we got tutorial mode, training mode, and challenge mode. The tutorial mode giving you more in depth of the mechanics of the game in BlazeBlue, such as little details on what you should know and how you can work with certain characters, and just learning pretty much, as it says here, the fundamentals of BlazeBlue, teaching you the basics. And then you have training mode, which basically you practice up your moves, you know, with a certain character again to learn them better and so on and so forth. Then you have challenge mode. It's just as it sounds. But in Extend, they added a lot to story mode, and that's the one thing I have to talk about here, such as Remix, Heart, Gaiden. These are the characters from the manga versions of the BlazeBlue universe, and it would have been nice to see those characters playable, but they're not. They're just in the game story. But it's cool to see them in the story, at least. But it would have been nice to see them playable and in action. But who knows what the future holds. Then we have all the additional stuff they added to the main story, such as, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, you do have Teach Me Miss Lychee, but that's more like a gag kind of thing. And then you have, as I was saying earlier, the main story, such as Chronophantasma, Sector 7, and 6 Heroes. 6 Heroes kind of giving you a idea of what happened with the 6 Heroes pretty much. Then Sector 7 giving you an idea of pretty much what Kokanoe does in Sector 7 with Hager and whatnot, and what she's been up to. Then you have Anthology, if I pronounced that right, excuse me if I pronounced that wrong, which is giving you the backstories of BlazeBlue, such as Calamity, Trigger, and Continuum Shift. And in case you missed out on those storylines, you also get that as well. And as you can see up there, if you're wondering what that stylish is about, it's basically simple button press. So for those that aren't that good in fighting games, you just click on it and then bam, you could be doing combos with one button. And if you want to go technical, you kind of remove that by pressing it, and you could go technical. Then, as we just passed the Extend story, it has Kokanoe, Kagura, and Bullet. It's really nice to see their side of the story as well, so that's also added in here. And then you have Extend gags. So I mean, there's just a lot in story mode, and a lot to revisit and a lot to play through. Unfortunately, though, there is no cross save feature where you could bring your original data from Chronophantasma over to Extend, which would have been nice, because for those like myself that played it when it came out and went over to this one, we couldn't transfer that, or I couldn't transfer that data, and I have to restart from the beginning with Extend. So as you can see here, the library is just as it sounds. It's pretty much an encyclopedia of the BlazeBlue universe. And as well as you're playing through the story, you unlock more content for the library. So not everything's available off the bat, but mainly most of the things are, such as character bios and so on and so forth. So if you want to know more about the BlazeBlue universe, this is the place to go. If you want to read in depth with the characters and what's going on with them, whether it's Ragna, the Blood Edge, or Jin Kisaragi, or the World of Vermilion, excuse me, or Lychee, Feline. You could go and read up on that. And more interesting characters such as Platinum the Trinity and Hazuma. So yeah, there's just a lot to go in depth with pretty much in this game. Now I have to talk about the online. The online in this game, it's not perfect, but it's not bad either. It's decent. To me, it's decent. It could be better, but what online is perfect. I mean, it's also, when you go up against certain opponents, their connection could be bad and it could lag the match, or sometimes it could just be the servers. It could be a million different things going on to why it's never perfect, but it's it's decent. BlazeBlue, online fighting wise, is decent. I do like what they did with the lobbies. The lobbies are really cool. You pick an avatar and you kind of roam around, and you got these lobbies that are like arcade cabinets you walk up to, and then another opponent comes and you can both battle it out. It's really cool what they did there. I really like that. I wish more games had that. More fighting games, I mean. Besides that, the opening animated scene here, not to this battle but to the game itself, is really nice. I really like what they did. The quality of it, it's really done well, and it's just amazing. The soundtrack in this game is also really good as well, so I have to say I really like the music for BlazeBlue. I believe it's the same composer that does the music for Guilty Gear as well, so if I'm not mistaken. I mean, but I do like the soundtrack nonetheless in BlazeBlue. Anyway, I give BlazeBlue Chronophantasma standing 8 out of 10. Central Fiction should be releasing this year, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. And BlazeBlue Chronophantasma Sten was on sale not that far long ago, and I'm pretty sure you can find it for a fair price. So if you're wondering if the game's good, you got my recommendation. It's good. But it kind of depends what you're kind of looking for as well. Anyways, this is Rayuka saying until next time, everyone, sayonara.